It's a heartache, nothing but a heartache.
Tell you what, poor old Rod Stewart, he's had a few heartaches over the years, hasn't he, love?
Definitely, definitely.
But he's a rocker.
He is a rocker.
And you're going to keep our heart rocking.
Rocking and a rolling.
Cool.
Yeah. In fact, the previous program to this, the Brazilians, showing about the staircase and the musical stairs and so on, and that's really important. And I think one of the things that everybody needs to keep doing is move it or lose it. And so whether that's your joints, whether that's your brain...
It's good philosophy for life.
Fantastic. Live well, stay well.
Yeah.
So gentle exercise is always important, and it is a case of doing something is better than doing nothing. So 10 squats a day is better than not doing any squats at all. Taking a 30-minute walk's wonderful, but in this cold weather that's really hard. I do a 6-minute exercise, so it's six exercises of 30 seconds each, done twice, and that's exhausting. So because many of my karate students complained they couldn't train.
Okay.
But I think too we need to think about our bodies and what we're eating, what we're doing. Obviously the things like the avocados, olive oils, Brazil nuts, you know, those sorts of goodies, they're useful, but how often do we really eat those? And we were talking just before about how the avocado is always either rotten or rock hard, so they're never ready. And if we apply heat to those oils, then they go rancid, and it's actually about oxidated saturated fats, not just saturated fats, because saturated fats are okay in reasonable amounts. In fact, interestingly enough, in 1953, they did the 7 countries study, and they looked at 7 countries with saturated fat intake and heart disease, and they made a nice linear graph, a nice straight, you know, the more fat you eat. But actually, he had 22 countries, and if he'd included all 22, his graph would have gone like this, had no correlation. So what does any good researcher do? He takes out the data that doesn't agree.
Very contrived.
And we get this. So it's really important to start examining the data and making sure that you're getting the right information. And just popping along to your doctor and getting a cholesterol pill isn't necessarily the right thing to do either, if that's all you're going to do, because life doesn't come in a pill.
No, it doesn't.
And
good that you say that as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Being a pharmacist,
As a pharmacist,
we could say that that's what you live by.
No way. In fact, I don't take any pharmaceuticals. There's a smattering of things here. Certainly if you're on a statin, which is this cholesterol pill, then your coenzyme Q10, the process that statin medicine does, it blocks cholesterol being made in your liver, but that same process blocks coenzyme Q10 from being made. Now, the ladies in the audience may have heard of CoQ10. It's in your skin creams. It's an antioxidant, but it's a really important factor for your metabolism, and it's used in every cell in your body, along in your heart particularly with D-ribose and carnitine. And if you're vegetarian, you actually struggle to get carnitine because it's only available in red meat. So that's quite tricky, and yet carnitine, D-ribose and coenzyme Q10 are vital for good healthy heart. Vitamin C is very good. In fact, all your antioxidants, your vitamin E, your vitamin A, your selenium, your zinc, your beta-carotene.
Have you got some vitamin C here?
We've got vitamin C hiding in the back, so you know you should all be piling into that, because of course you want to be getting your you know, take care of your colds and flus. But you also want to make sure that you're getting regular amounts. It's good for your skin, but it's good to maintain the integrity of the membrane in your red blood cells. You can use things like lecithin and other compounds to absorb some of the cholesterol that you're consuming in your diet, or the excess fat that's in your blood. But actually, good exercise, 30 minutes a day, will actually have a similar result. But perhaps the one thing that we can all do right now is reduce our stress levels and have a really good laugh every day.
Is there a pill for that?
Well, probably the only happy pill might be a jelly bean, or but certainly it's to get with some friends and have a good chortle, stick a comedy on, your favourite comedy, get round with someone that makes you feel good, and just have a really good laugh.
That's actually a key, isn't it?
It's fantastic.
Being around people that make you happy.
You feel good. Yeah, and also learning not to sweat the small stuff. You know, is it going to matter in 10 minutes? Is it going to matter in 10 hours? Is it going to matter in 10 months? If not, then give it away. But also recognise that when things are hard, that you need to identify that and not just put on that old brave face, but actually find healthy ways of removing that stress, because that stress is producing inflammation. That inflammation is increasing your heart rate. that heart rate increase is increasing your blood pressure, and that increase in blood pressure is making all these problems long term. So the better we can look after ourselves and do the simple things in life, because it's not just popping a pill, it is actually making sure that we're healthy and well.
That's good. Oh, I just want to give you a big cuddle, but I have to run over and make pussycats now. Jeez. That is the wonderful Mark. Stay Well Pharmacy, 27 Shands Road, Hornby. Live well, stay well. Phone 03 349 8785. Staywell.co.nz.